Hi, and welcome to today's video lesson on solving equations with variables on each side. Before, we've already solved two-step equations in the last lesson, but we want to now worry about equations with variables on both sides. And some of those equations are going to involve grouping symbols that we'll have to use the distributive property for. So on this one, we have the example solve 5x plus 12 equals 2x. So notice, obviously, we have an x on either side of the equation. What we're going to do is we still want to isolate that x, but we're going to get all the variables, all the like terms with x on one side, and all the terms without x on the other side. So let's get all the x's on the left. Let's subtract 2x from both sides. So if I have 5x's and I take away 2x's, I have 3x's. These ones cancel out. So I have 3x plus 12 equals nothing on this side. So 0. Now I go ahead and get rid of this 12 by subtracting. And as you can see, I have 3x equals 0 minus 12, which is negative 12. Now let's get that x by itself like we have always done. Divide both sides by 3. We get 1x on this side. We get negative 12 divided by 3 on the other side, which is negative 4. When we run that back into check, we have 5 times negative 4. I'm just putting in the negative 4 in for x, plus 12 equals possibly 2 times negative 4. Let's check that. We get negative 20 plus 12 equals negative 8. Is that true? Well, yes. If we have negative 20, take away 12 is 8. The negative is bigger, so negative equal negative 8. That means our solution is correct. We've made both sides of this equation equal by substituting in negative 4 for x. Now let's try this one. 7x plus 3 equals 2x plus 23. Not only do we have x's on each side, but we also have constants on the side, the 3 and the 2. So what I like to do, I like to keep things positive. And by keeping things positive, what I do is I subtract the smaller number of the two. So I have a 3 and a 23. I like to subtract the 3 because it's going to leave a positive number for me on this side. But you can do it either way. If you wanted to subtract the 23, that would be perfectly fine. So let's subtract the 3 from both sides. It cancels out. And we get 7x on the left equals 2x plus 23 minus 3. 23 minus 3 is 20. So we have 7x equals 2x plus 20. Let's go ahead and subtract 2x from either side. We get 7x minus 2x on the left, which is 5x. On this side, our 2x's cancel out, and we get 5x equals 20. Again, divide by 5. Divide by 5. We get 1x on this side. We get 4 on this side, so my answer is x equals 4. Another example for us here. We have negative 9x plus 4 equals 3x plus 28. Again, keeping it positive in this case, I could subtract the 3, but go ahead and deal with the smaller value here, the negative 9, because if I add 9x to both sides, I'm going to have a positive number to deal with. So we get 0, so we're left with 4 on the left, and on the right we have 3x plus 9x, which is 12x plus 28. Again, you could have subtracted 3x from either side. It would have come out the same. Because as you can see, it kind of did mess me up. Now I am going to have to deal with subtracting a bigger number from the smaller number. So 4 minus 28. But it didn't really mess me up. It just, I like to deal with the positive numbers. Sometimes you just have to choose you deal with. So 28 minus 28 is 0. 4 minus 28 is negative 24, and that's equal to 12. If I divide both sides by 12, I get negative 2 on the left, and I get 1x on the right. So my x value is negative 2, and if I put that in the equation, it should work out. So go ahead and try this question on your own. Pause the video if you need to. And then I'll try this one as well. Right, looking at this example, we have a car rental agency has two plans. Under plan A, a car rents for $80 plus $20 each day. Under plan B, a car rents for $120 plus $15 each day. Write and solve an equation to determine what number of days the costs of the two plans will be equal. So in other words, we want the days of plan A to equal the days of plan B. So plan A's equation, the cost of renting a car for a certain amount of days, you're always going to have to pay the 80. So it's going to be 80 plus $20 for each day. So 20 times the number of days you have. For plan B, the cost $20 plus only 50 each day. Now there's going to be some time where I rent each car enough days where these two plans are going to cost me the same amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the cost. I said the days earlier. Those will be equal as well. But what we're going to do here is we're going to set the costs equal to each other because that's what's going to be the same. So all four of these things need to be equal to each other. The two costs and these two expressions. So let's set 80 plus 20d equal to 120 plus 15d. I'm going to subtract 80 from both sides. That leaves me with 20d equals 120 minus 80, which is 40, plus 15d. Now I'll subtract that 15d from both sides. And I'm going to end up with 5d equals 40. Finally, divide both sides by 5. And for the number of days, I get 8. So if each plan costs the same, let's look at that. 20 times 8 is 160, plus 80 is 240. So that's 240. If I put 8 in for D, and you can try that on your own. For this one, 15 times 8 is 120, plus 120 is also 240. So as you can see, when the number of days is 8, the cost is 240 for each. And now I would like you to try this example on your own. So thanks again for watching today's lesson on solving equations with variables on each side. If you have any questions when completing your review assignment, please let me know. Thank you.